Well, good day, folks. Welcome to MB Wildman channel. On today's video, we are talking about Rack Stacker's Bull Slop Mineral Lick and Attractant Black Licorice flavor. That baby right there, okay? So this product boasts that it is best used next to Blaze and Glory Mineral, which I don't use. Flavors so intense that the game will continue to visit your site daily. And it's got a picture of what I assume to be an elk, a big elk, and a big bull moose. So I guess this is supposed to be bull, as in bull elk, bull moose, attractant, black licorice flavor. This container for me was $14.99, ordered it from Cabela's. When I take a look at the ingredients, pretty sure I can duplicate this, and I'm pretty sure you can too. So as with a lot of my buck jam and those types of homemade recipe videos, I'm going to show you how to make your own version of this. It'll be black, not blue. If that matters to you, then stop watching the video right now, because it's not going to be blue, it's going to be black when you're done. But if you want to build this exact same product, or pretty darn close, that'll do the exact same thing, and you want to build it for less than $5, then go ahead and keep watching. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to the MB Wildman channel, we sure would appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. Just go ahead and click on subscribe, turn on that bell so that you get notified when we upload new content. That way you don't miss any videos. And as always, you know, we're looking for questions, comments, feedback, whatever you got. Go ahead and leave that in the comment section down below, and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can on those. I don't know if this works. I will be completely honest with you. I have never used Rack Stacker's Bull Slop, thus my buy some. But then I get it, and I look at the ingredients list, and I'm thinking, salt, carbonated sodium, citric acid, blah, 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 glycol, etc., etc. So basically, nothing that we can't make ourselves, and super cheap, way cheaper than $14.99 plus shipping or wherever you get it. So it also says, which I find interesting, that this is a mineral lick and attractant. I get the attractant part, black licorice flavor, maybe that's a bull moose thing, I don't know. Maybe it's a bull elk thing. We don't really have any elk here in New Brunswick in the wild, so not probably going to get many pictures of elk when I test this out. But I hope I'll get some bull moose on camera when I test this stuff out. But mineral attractant makes me a little bit hesitant. Like, that's a pretty bold claim, considering that the only thing in here for ingredients is salt and sodium carbonate. Those are the only two things that might even be remotely related to a mineral. Sodium carbonate is baking soda, as far as I believe. Well, sodium bicarbonate, but it's the same, basically the same thing. And salt. So those are the only two sort of minerals. But anyway, listen, if you want to know how to make this, I have a way that I tested out and did. It's great. It'll be the exact same thing. It'll be less than $5. It'll be black, not blue, but it should work the exact same, and it will have a super intense black licorice flavor, and it will have it'll have as many minerals in it as this one does when we're done. So let's head on into the kitchen where all the magic happens, and let's make some Bull Slop. Okay, so here we are, and what we're gonna need. So pot, something to boil in, depending on how much of this you want to make, depends on the size of your pot. I made a test batch of this already before I started filming, so I only used half as much. Depending on how much of this you want to use, you can double this exact same recipe, or triple it, or half it, or whatever you want to do. Just obviously take half of what I tell you, or double what I tell you, and it'll do the same thing. Okay, so you're gonna need a pot, you're gonna need a measuring device, or two. You're gonna need some baking soda, handy, Arm & Hammer's the best kind. And you're gonna need some salt. You can use road salt too, but it just takes a little longer to dissolve, so table salt's fine. And shocking, I know, in order to get the black licorice flavor, we're gonna use black licorice, okay? So this is only about half a bag, because like I said, I did a test batch before I filmed the video. So I'm gonna do basically a half a batch, because I used about half the bag already. So that's all you need. Remember, this is for about half a batch, so everything that I am doing right here, you should double if you want to do like a full batch, and you'll end up with about 2 liters or so of this, which is lots. That container of Bull Slop is 3-point-something liters, and they say it's enough for 2 spots, like to do 2 stumps or 2 areas. So this half batch should do 1 spot for you, to at least see if it works, or if you already have success with it, to refreshen it or whatever. So start with 1 liter of water in your pan. Okay, next is 1 cup of baking soda. This is a 1/2 cup measure, so I'm going to do this twice. Okay, so basically a cup of baking soda. And you want that same cup, another 1 cup of salt. Turn it on, let it boil. Okay, so we've got our salt and baking soda mixture. It's boiling now. Just bring it to a boil. You don't have to go nuts. And once it's boiled or boiling, turn your burner down to medium, and you want to add your package of black licorice Twizzlers. Now, what's going to happen here? You can break them up if you want, but you don't. Ooh, that's weird sun right there. Ooh. You don't really need to break them up if you don't want to. These are kind of broken up in the package anyway, but you put them in. When you make licorice, what they do is it's a type of candy that they make, and they actually dry it out. It starts out in a gooey liquid form, and then they dry it out, and that's what makes, Twizzlers, this consistency. So we're going to reheat them and rehydrate them. What that will do eventually here, we'll put them in, is it will create, these will melt. The black licorice will melt back into our mixture, and that will make a really nice, thick, gooey, super intense black licorice flavor. So this process, do it on medium heat, because medium heat is going to make it so that it just doesn't boil over, and that the process doesn't happen too quickly. You do want to boil some of that water off and let the salt and everything dissolve into your mixture. So put in your licorice. Like I said, this is about a 1/2 a batch, so I used about a 1/2 of one of those packages, and let it boil away on low heat or on medium heat. 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10, just depends on your stove, but this will be about 10 or 15 minutes before it gets to the consistency that I want. You'll notice that it slowly starts to thicken and get blacker and blacker and blacker and blacker. And at the end of this, what you should have is a really thick, goopy, completely black licorice smelling mineral lick, just like Bull Slop. So we'll see. So been about 15, 20 minutes-ish for this one. And this is now boiled down to a nice, thick, kind of goopy. There's still a little tiny few little strings of just the mushiest little licorice in there. But couple of words of caution, keep it on low heat. If you try to hurry this process and crank your heat up, it will and can boil over, and that's just a mess you don't want. But now that this is all boiled out, all you do is shut your heat off and let this cool. Just slide it to a back burner or whatever, and then let it cool. And what you're gonna have is, as it cools, it's already pretty thick and goopy right now. It's probably good just the way it is. But as you let it cool, it will thicken up again. So if you don't like the consistency of it, if you want it thicker, then you just have to boil it a little longer. The longer that you boil it after the licorice is melted, then the thicker it will get. Or if you want more of the product and you don't care if it's thick and it's okay to be thin, you can add twice as much water, boil it till the licorice is done. You can thin it out with more water, or you can, just do it that way, whatever you want. So anyway, look, this is intense black licorice flavor. It's got salt in it. It's got the sodium bicarbonate in it. Take this out after it's cool. Pour it on any stump out in an area where you think there might be moose or elk or whatever it is that you're trying to attract. And you've got way less than $5 in this. You've got a pack of licorice and some water, some table salt, and a cup of baking soda, right? So you've got maybe $3 in this, tops, $4 if you buy the expensive licorice, but Anyway, listen, I hope this is something that can help you out. And if you use the Bull Slop out on your, in your hunting expeditions, then this is a cheap and easy way to make it. And until next time, happy hunting from the MB Wildman channel.